breaking up. It's true, man. Tugutela got everybody shaking their boots. Like, yo, if you could see people who are calling us to come on the podcast. Because on the scene, Tugutela is busy. But on the stage, I want to get on the stage. I want to go on the crowd. Tugutela's busy. Hey. Bro, so it's bad, man. You know? So with all this, go to Piano Pulse. Yeah, go to Piano Pulse.
Oh, he killed me, man.
Yeah, bro. But it's the truth.
Jazz World and Tugutela have broken records, redefined three-step, and turned South Africa's house music scene into a global wave. This year definitely belongs to them. I mean, go look at the numbers, compare them to any other artist, they are killing it. But somehow they are still not celebrated the way they should be. These guys have completely flipped the sound of South African house music on its head with their unique, soulful twist of three-step. Even pioneers of three-step like Dlala Thukzin and Thakzin are far behind these guys. But whenever I look around the industry, I barely see anyone giving them their flowers. Is it jealousy or envy? I don't know. But one thing is clear, they are not appreciated enough by the industry. The general public is definitely enjoying their music, but the mainstream house is acting like they don't exist. Since last year, these two guys have been unstoppable. Their songs dominate radio charts like nobody's business. This is a radio monitor chart which is released by the recording industry of South Africa every week. It's basically the most played songs on radio every week. You can see here that they have more than 5 songs at the same time, which means a quarter of the most played songs on radio currently belongs to them. And they're not just killing it locally, they've been making crowds move internationally. Collectively, they've racked up over 300 million streams in less than a year. They're basically doing the Kelvin Momo numbers, but without the respect. If you ask an ordinary South African about Jazz World and Tugutela, they probably wouldn't know them or their faces, but I'm pretty sure they've heard their music before, which begs the question, is Jazz World and Tugutela arguably the most successful act in South African house music right now and still treated like underdogs? Or is it lack of branding? I mean, think about it for a minute. When Kabza first broke into the industry with hits like Mshove, Nanatula, and other songs, his biggest advantage was the fact that he was associated with Pori, who had a solid fan base. Slowly but surely, his sound became his main brand. Now people listen to Kabza because of his music, not because of his persona or public appearance. Oscar Mo is well known for his fashion sense more than his music. Kelvin Momo is known and is respected for his music, not his image. Meanwhile, Jazz World and Tugutela are all over the place. I've been watching their videos and interviews, and honestly, I don't see any consistencies. Branding technically means standing out. Yes, their music is very much innovative and stands out, but there's a lot of people who are also doing three-step, which begs the question, what makes them unique? When three-step first hit the scene, it was fresh, rhythmic, and deeply emotional, a sound that combined the groove of amapiano, the soulful of deep house, and the futuristic polish of electronic dance. And leading that movement was Jazz World and Tugutela. Their production is not just catchy, it is meticulous. Every drop, every kick, every vocal layer feels like it was designed to tell a story. They are not cloud chasers, they chase perfections. Collaborations with guys like Oscar Mbo and Caesar put them on the map. But while their music soared, the industry seems hesitant to give them a crown they already earned. You see, South African music has this silent rule: street love equals power, and for some reason, Jazz World and Tugutela haven't yet been embraced as street certified. Maybe it's because they don't move like your typical superstars. Maybe it's because they've become a threat to the amapiano movement. I don't know. I mean, since their rise, only a few people have blew up in the amapiano industry, which is weird because amapiano used to produce new stars almost every 6 months. Besides their music, the only viral thing about these guys is their hijack story. If you don't know, earlier this year, Jazz World and GLCJ faced a terrifying incident, a robbery and hijacking that forced them to relocate and cut ties with certain people around them. According to Sunday World, they were betrayed by individuals they once trusted. That incident changed everything. Instead of headlines celebrating their music, tabloids were filled with stories of their trauma, the focus shifted from their artistry to their personal lives. For a while, the massive success was overshadowed by whispers, rumors, and industry politics. And here's where things get interesting, because their story is not that unique. Remember Cetriel, one of Amapiano's biggest voices? He too dominated charts. He had hit after hit and yet found himself battling behind the scenes. Cetriel revealed on the El Tito podcast he wasn't paid much of his work and that there were forces behind the music industry trying to sabotage his releases. He accused a mysterious Hotman, someone he once trusted, of blocking him from dropping new music. That Hotman was later revealed to be Neo Makate, better known as Motfolin. The same manager who worked with Cetriel, Buhle, KG and Bizizi is now working with Jezwelt and Tukutela. This for me raises tough questions. Are they walking into the same trap that nearly silenced the Cetriel? Could history be repeating itself just in a different genre? Because when you look closely at South Africa's music scene, you'll notice a pattern. Artists rise fast, make global noise, but somewhere along the line, their careers hit turbulence. Sometimes it's contracts, sometimes it's mismanagement, sometimes it's simply a lack of protection for creative who trust people way too easy. Jezwelt and Tukutela's rise might be proof that talent alone is not enough in this industry. You can be dominating charts, touring the world, and then 2 years later, ask for donations on social media. Anyway, currently, the narrative is simple, they are killing it. And the sad part is, no one seems to be celebrating their success. Or maybe their management is intentionally rejecting media invites. Amapiano podcasts are also blue-ticking them. During their album launch, they invited Mars from Piano Pulse, hoping she would later go to the podcast and talk about them, but Sfiso and Tahi didn't seem to care about it. They just dismissed the whole chat and moved on to another topic. Maybe it's envy, maybe it's fear, maybe just a culture of silence that plagues our music scene. But one thing is clear, Jezwelt and Tukutela are not here by luck. They've built a global sound, inspired a new generation of producers, and proven that South African house can compete with the best in the world. Every great movement starts with underdogs, and maybe that's what Jezwelt and Tukutela are. Not overlooked, but underrated legends in the making. I honestly think 3-step will eventually become a big genre, but I doubt it will surpass Amapiano. Right now, Jezwelt and Tukutela are doing good, and the response from the streets is crazy. And they are not the only ones killing it in 3-step. Tagzin is also doing massive things abroad, but the respect they deserve is lacking purely because a lot of people are still hooked on Amapiano. There is not a lot of platforms documenting 3-step right now and telling their stories to the masses, but let's hope all of that will change soon in the near future. Anyway, please tell me your thoughts about this in the comment section and let's have a discussion about it. Maybe I am entirely wrong. I don't know, guys. What is your 2 cents? Let me know.